Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game So today I got a fun and exciting episode for you guys today, and one that is fun and exciting for me personally. Because if you watch my channel and you went through the MiSTer FPGA Sega Saturn core testing, you will know I always talked about Lupin III, the Sage of Pyramid, and I said this was absolutely a Sega Saturn hidden gem that basically everyone ignored completely because it was a licensed game and it was a Japanese exclusive. But I told you in those videos, even if you don't understand how to read or speak Japanese, there is still a lot of fun to be had because this game absolutely is a vibe and something that I wanted everyone to play. But the good news is, as of about a day ago, a ROM hack developer by the name of Vermilion Desserts released an entire English translation including all of the cutscenes so that you can play Lupin III, the Sage of Pyramid, in full English. And to say this is my favorite thing of 2026 so far as translations are concerned would be an understatement. Because this game, again, absolutely straight up a hidden gem in my opinion, and if you're a fan of Lupin III, there is so much fun to be had here. Before we get too far involved though, do me a huge favor down below, hit like and subscribe and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, we got a Patreon link down below as well. But it's one of those things, I talk about this every once in a while on the channel. I do not watch anime unless it's Lupin III. It's not that I don't like the idea of it, it's not that I think it isn't a great medium as far as art entertainment is concerned. It's just I never got into it, and it's been hard to try to get into it as more of an adult. But Lupin III, I watched maybe something like that on Adult Swim, absolutely fell in love with the franchise, and anything new Lupin I am definitely going to check out. And you will see here all of the cutscenes have been re-encoded with full English translation, so now you're going to be able to understand the entire story, all the directions in the gameplay, making this thing 100% perfectly playable for English language audience. And again, this one definitely, even if the video doesn't do the most views in the world, is something that straight up makes me happy because I love this game. I've owned a copy of it for like 15 years, and I enjoyed playing the ever-loving hell out of it even if I couldn't understand a word what was being said. Now that's going to be completely not the case because Vermilion Desserts went the extra mile to make sure all of these different cutscenes, and trust me, there are a decent amount of them in the game, are fully understandable in English. Now not only are you going to be able to have fun with the game, you're going to understand why you're doing things in the first place. And the other reality is, I'll show you in a few minutes, that each and every single level has information on what you're supposed to do in that level, and when that was in kanji, it was a lot harder to understand what was supposed to be going on. And I will say, as far as a 3D Sega Saturn game is concerned, this thing runs at a really nice frame rate. It has a really nice 3D effect, a lot of fun characters, and an absolutely zany story, which of course you would expect from something like Lupin III. And the best part is, this translation patch isn't going to work on real hardware. Is it going to work on MiSTer FPGA like you are seeing here, and it'll work on Saturn emulators like Amir and Medefend as well. But this is why retro gaming is making a comeback, because so many people out there are making so many new projects for so many incredible deep cut games. Suddenly people are going to be able to play brand new games that they never had a chance to enjoy before because people are actually spending the time to translate them out. And again, when you only had the actual Japanese spoken dialogue here, you'd have no idea what was going on. And the best part is, they use the voice actors from Lupin, so you're going to be able to actually enjoy and understand exactly what's going on in English, while you get the absolutely incredible spoken dialogue in Japanese. That is the best of both worlds in my opinion. Please leave me a comment down below and you tell me, Lupin fan, yes or no? And I always love asking this. Now that you know I really enjoy Lupin III, what other anime would you recommend to me to try to watch? Because it's one of those things, I always try to get into new ones, but I just always kind of end up drifting away. But honestly, I'm absolutely so excited that this thing is in English now, leaving only one other Lupin III game that I own in my collection that I'd love to be able to actually understand. That is Lupin III. Lupin is dead, Zanagana is in love. It interestingly came out both in Japan as well as Italy, where it has an Italian translation, but honestly my Italian is as bad as my Japanese, which is to say non-existent. And you will see here in the actual level selection, you get dialogue as well as you actually get written words that are going to explain what it is you're supposed to do, and that definitely makes a big difference in the overall playability. But it is a Lupin game, so the music and soundtrack are incredible. Go ahead and listen for 45 seconds, and I'll come back and talk more about the translation. Honestly, basically every piece of Lupin media has an incredible soundtrack because the musicians that work on the franchise, whether it's anime, TV shows, films, or even games, know 100% know how to make something that sounds incredible. But from the overall beat-em-up mechanic to the overall dungeon crawling, this thing just absolutely excels in my opinion. But I actually sent this game over to Andy D to capture, big thanks to him, because I love when I send a game that I enjoy that other people haven't played to check out, to get people's opinions on it, and he had a fun time with the game as well, because I try to remember sometimes my love for things might not translate to everybody, so I do have a couple different people to help me with captures here and there, Andy D and Kilter Music, and I will send some of my favorite games, if they have patches or translations, to one of the two of them to get a second opinion. And the good thing is, it came back also a very good game. And that really is the fun thing here. This is a title I feel like 9 out of 10 people aren't even going to realize exists, and it is a game that if you're looking for fun new Sega Saturn games to play, you could do a hell of a lot worse than something like the Sage of Pyramid. Even if I feel like it should be the Sage of Pyramid, it's hard to drop that S knowing that is the proper title of the game. And for a 3D Sega Saturn game, it does a great job, has a nice frame rate, and the combat definitely is effective. I'm not saying it's going to be die-hard arcade levels of beat-em-up fun, but honestly, it does everything you need. The controls aren't going to fight you, and if you enjoy anime or Lupin III, you're going to enjoy this thing even more. But take it from me, you don't need to know anything about Lupin III whatsoever. You don't have to have seen any single movie or any single TV show, even though I would personally recommend them, to get maximum enjoyment out of this game. And of course, it has a big Sega Saturn aesthetic as well, both graphically as well as just in the vibes. And if you know me and you know the channel, the Sega Saturn is one of my favorite consoles of all time, and I always tell people that it has a metric ton of hidden gems. Unfortunately, so many of them are Japanese release only, and you're going to need to either understand the language or wait for translations to actually come out. And the good thing is, we have a new one here today, and you will see even all the menus are in full English, so there's nothing stopping you from enjoying this game. And again, getting the entire story with the actual subtitles underneath it just makes it more fun to understand what it is you're supposed to be doing, because again, I have played through this game multiple times without understanding what's being said in the cutscenes, but now that I know, and I have finished this game since translation came out in the background, I have that much more fun with it. And of course, it is a Lupin game, so you're going to get some very saucy illustrations of Fujiko as well. But this is just why I love retro gaming so much, and why I really feel like retro gaming is making a comeback with more modern audiences, because this thing is going to have a decent amount of overlap. Sega Saturn fans that want to play a new game are going to be excited by this. Lupin III fans that love to play the games are going to be excited by it as well, and it's one of those things I definitely wanted to spend time talking about this on the channel, even though I have a feeling this isn't going to be a very well viewed video, just because not many people actually know about it. But that's why I love making videos like this, because I love sharing this information with you and getting you guys excited about something that I am excited about as well. But let's go into the next quote-unquote soundtrack sample, which is going to be one of the FMV cut sequences with the actual Japanese voice acting and the English subs underneath, so you can understand what's going on, and I'll be right back.
ついこの間発見されたばかりの世にも珍しいピラミッド。何でも音響測定の結果、普通のピラミッドの底面から鏡に映したようにもう一つのピラミッドが伸びてるって話だ。どうやらこのピラミッド、ただの遺跡じゃなさそうなんだな。果たしてどんな秘密が隠されているやら楽しみだね。はいほさら。まったくこんなとこまでご苦労さん。待てるばそんなに簡単に捕まるわけにはいかないのよね。逃がすか。ピラミッドのお宝全部頂戴するぜ。次元五右衛門抜かるなよ。
I mean, honestly, it's just such an amazing translation. It's an amazing subtitle as well. So Vermilion Desserts, if you're watching this video, you straight up did a 10 out of 10 on this one. And it's one of those things. Lupin III is just an entertaining property, whether it's the manga that I've never read, the anime which I have watched, and the games of which I basically collected all of them that I can enjoy if the gameplay and overall genre is to my liking. And Lupin III, with his overall rakish nature and behavior and all of the different media properties, just something that I've always been entertained by. And now one of my favorite Lupin III games that I've owned in my collection forever is 100% in English, from the menu to the overall text in the game to the cut sequences, and I couldn't be any happier. So if you want to play this one, the patch link is down below in the description, and definitely check it out if for nothing else, so that make me happy. See you guys next time. Bye bye.